Rosie, this is my mum's secret recipe. Well, it's not a secret recipe anymore because I'm gonna share it with all our viewers. It's a really easy one, and it starts with coconut oil, which you can buy in just about any store. Kofa, you can use that as well, or you could use butter, about a cup of that.
Yep.
Into the bowl it goes. You can see I've got it nice and warm so it actually melts really quickly. Sugar, plenty of sugar in there. Got brown sugar, we've got white sugar goes in there. Lovely, lovely sugar. And I'll just use my little spatula to make sure I get all of that coconut out of there. We don't want to waste anything.
No.
Rosie, you're just standing there. You think you're not going to do anything with this recipe.
What do you want me to do?
You're going to start mixing. Mix and mix and mix. And this was what my little job. When I was a little boy, I would sit on the bench and stir it around, and my mother would just keep me busy that way.
Ah, I see what she was doing.
Burn off the energy. Now, to that, I'm going to add an egg. So just rip into that. You can use a mixer if you want, but I much prefer doing it by hand. There we go. One egg at a time. It can split, but don't worry because we'll add some flour to it and it'll hold it together beautifully. 2 eggs go in there. Keep mixing, Rosie.
Right.
There we go. You like that?
Right.
Now, the eggs are mixed in nice and evenly.
Yep.
Now, we're going to add some flour. I've got this lovely cake flour, which is perfect for a brownie. Nice and soft and chewy, light and fluffy, just like me. In goes half a cup of that. And I like to sift it. Just make sure you take any of the lumps out of it and keeps the flour nice and fluffy. And that just gives it another little shake there. And as I'm sifting it, you're stirring it around very, very quickly. I see that.
I'm not going to need to go to the gym this evening.
No, that's the beauty of it. You make a fudge brownie with Adrian and then you don't need to go to the gym.
Fantastic.
It's a winner, isn't it? Winner all round. Now, I've got some cocoa as well. I'll just give that a bit of a shake. You're wearing a white top, so I'm going to do that real low so you don't have cocoa all over you.
I thought you were going to say I'm going to make sure that gets covered.
I'm not that sort of...
nice.
I'm just trying to look after you, Rosie.
Oh,
You've got a lovely white top. You look gorgeous today, and the last thing you need is me to cover you in cocoa. It's the last little bit here. Just as I say it, I just know I can just flick a little bit. And no, that would be mean, wouldn't it? That'd be horrible.
Don't.
I can't do that. There we go. Last little bit there. Just make sure we get that cocoa through. And fold that through very gently. If you are using an electric mixer and you do put the cocoa in and you turn it on full blast, you can have cocoa everywhere, so good idea to do it nice and slowly. While you're doing that, I've got some baking powder, a little teaspoon of that goes in there, and some coffee. I've got 2 tablespoons of instant coffee. You could pour a little bit of espresso in here if you want, but instant coffee is just as good. In that goes...
Nice tip.
I've also got some vanilla, about a teaspoon of vanilla paste or essence, whatever you like to use. It's thickening up, isn't it, Rosie?
It really is. It looks lovely.
It does. And to finish it all off, I've got some chopped up chocolate. I'll put that in there.
Oh, lovely.
Now, I'll just grab it with my rubber spatula. I'll just take all that lovely cake batter off the spoon there, and I'll leave a little bit there for you, Rosie.
Lovely, thank you.
And with the spatula, I just mix it around the last couple of bits. And a spatula's good when you're baking because it allows you to get every single last bit out of the bowl. And I'll just grab that. Thank you, Rosie. Pop it into my lined baking tin. Pop it around the sides there to make sure it's really evenly distributed. And we always make sure, Rosie, that we taste it before we put it into the oven.
Must taste it. Very good.
It's delicious. Now, this will go into an oven, 180 degrees Celsius, 35 minutes to 40 minutes until it's cooked. Then we let it cool down and then we cut into it. In we go. Rosie, I've just let it cool down enough so I can cut into it. Take the baking paper off now. It's time to cut into it, and you can cut it whatever size you want. So I'll just cut a few pieces, about 2 fingers apart, and I reckon I'll get...
You don't need much more than that. Any more than that, you start feeling a bit skewiffy. You need to, I know you want to give it a good nudge, but they're bite size. I love that.
It's my mum's chocolate brownie, so we need to do it justice and have it...
This is true.
I've always got the end piece. I always get it wrong and have these end pieces here that we have to taste, but I'll grab some of these. They're the stuff you can't serve, so you keep them aside and you put them in a little container, and that's what little Adrian would eat.
I can feel it's gooey and soft already in the middle there.
And we stack it up like that, Rosie. And then, of course, some icing sugar over the top to make it nice and pretty. Looks good, doesn't it?
It looks really good. I think these might be for us, aren't they, here?
Well, they are. The thing we're looking for is that nice, soft, gooey texture. That's what the cake flour does.
And you've got it. That is chewy and gooey. You're very good at brownies, aren't you?
I'm very good at it. They are delicious.
Wow.
Thanks, Mum.
Thanks, Mum.